Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'll be showing you guys how to bleach knots on a lace front wig. So I got this hair off of Amazon called BOSIOS hair, and inside of it we got a wig cap and the wig. The wig was really good quality. It was 22 inches. The lace is 13 by 4 with 150% density. This color is really nice. It's just a simplistic color. It's not fully jet black, but it has little browns. So basically what I'm doing is I have got to be spray, and I made sure I put a bag at the on the table so no bleach gets on there. But what you first want to do is you want to basically put got to be spray on the hairline and the hair follicles. What that's going to do, that's going to kind of add as a protective shield to try to make sure you get as close as possible to not get bleach on the actual hair, because you do not want to get bleach on the hair. But if you do, you can correct that, but you want to try to avoid that. So what I'm doing here is I'm basically flipping the wig inside out in a way, and then what you want to use is take some foil paper. So you want to make sure you have your wig flipped inside out, because you want to basically put the bleach on the inside of the lace, not the outside. And then you want to take your foil paper and put the shiny part facing upward. So what you're going to do is you're basically going to put that at the bottom first. What we're going to do at the end is we're going to take the whole foil paper and going to cover it over after we apply the bleach. So what I have here is 40 bleach developer and the powdered bleach. That's the brand that I like to use. Then you just want to grab you a bowl to mix in, and like a spoon, a knife, stick, whatever, to basically mix your product. So I don't really do no measurements. I kind of just look at it. You can look up some measurements if you want to, but I kind of you kind of want to get it to like a toothpaste consistency. So I just basically add how much ever I feel like I'm gonna need until I get the proper consistency that I need. So basically I used about 3 scoops of the powdered bleach and just some developer to get to the toothpaste like consistency. So now I'm basically making sure that I properly have the foil paper underneath, and you kind of just want to spread it on top. You do not want to necessarily push down the bleach consistency into the lace necessarily, because then it's going to bleed through and then touch the hair. So you want to try to put it on lightly and smooth it across. But if you do make a mistake, there's a way to fix it, but you don't necessarily want to push it through the lace. So just smooth it, apply kind of like butter. So that's basically what I'm doing here, and you want to make sure you kind of just get all of the lace, the whole spot where you could see hair, and basically to cover and coat the whole lace. So now that I'm basically done covering the lace, I'm basically putting the foil paper right underneath it, making sure it's positioned well, covering all parts, and then I just fold it over to cover the whole lace that I just bleached, and we're going to leave it on. I left mine for about 15 minutes, but I do recommend continuing to go back and check, because in this clip right here, I did over bleach it, and this was about after I think 15 or 20 minutes, and it is a little over bleached, but this is what it should look like when it's done. And I'm gonna basically show you guys how I corrected it. So right here, I did wash the hair. I just used a little bit of shampoo and some warm water and rinsed it out. So as you can see, it is a little over bleached. Some of the hair did get touched with bleach, so I'm gonna use some black hair dye to help correct that. So you should use like a small comb or something. I basically use a small bristle brush You could use whatever you have. I just feel like the smaller it is, the easier it is to make sure you get in the right spots, because again, you want to basically get only the dye on the hair and not on the lace. So I go in and use some Got To Be spray again and put that more on the lace. What that's going to do is going to kind of help add like a protective barrier to make sure that you do not get the dye on the actual lace. So again, I use the blow dryer to help speed up the process. So right here, I'm taking the dye, and I usually just put it directly on the hair, but you could put it to the side, whatever helps you. So I'm basically mainly directing it on the spots that I did over bleach, and I'm taking the small brush that I have and I'm brushing it through to try to touch each hair that got messed up. So what you don't want to do is push too hard, because as you can see, I did get a little bit on the lace. You want to try to get as close to the lace, but try to not get the dye on the lace, because you do not want a black lace. So I just basically continue doing that throughout all of the hairs that I messed up until it's done to my desired. Another thing that I do recommend doing is I do have most of it done, but as you can see, as I am basically splitting the hair and parting it, there is certain spots that did not get bleached. So I do recommend kind of split the hair in just different sections and check, and if not, just make sure you get more dye into those areas. So now I basically just let the dye sit for however long the instructions are on the bottle, and I rinse it out. So this is it basically done, and I just let it dry a little bit. So I'm going through and just combing out the hair. So now I'm about to start plucking. So a tip that you can do is to wet the front hair with water where you're about to start plucking. And what this is going to do is the wetness of the hair is going to allow you to see more clearly what you are plucking, to help prevent over plucking. So after I wet it, I basically just comb through to just blend the water in with the hair, and I go in sections, and then I'm about to start plucking. So in this clip, I'm basically plucking, and I am going fast and throughout the hair. You do not want to stay in one same section as you're plucking, because that will over pluck in certain areas, which will look like bald spots. So as I'm doing that, then I just comb out the excess hair that is plucked out. And what you want to do, what also does help, is like part certain sections and pluck and go through, because that's going to make it look more like a natural hairline as you pluck. You see in me, gotta be something different. You must be made for me. Patience is nothing. So that is about the end of the bleaching and plucking. So I just basically combed through, and I'm basically done. So this is what the final results look like.